My apartment smells strange, like stranger than usual. We've gone through some good smells together, this apartment and I. Yeah, that's gonna be an adventure for later. So a friend of mine who's in the Master's of Arts in Teaching program asked me yesterday whether or not I knew what Second Life was. And I said, of course I know what Second Life is. For those of you who have never heard of Second Life before, just don't know what it is, it's essentially a virtual world. You create an avatar, it can look like whatever you want it to look like, and then you live inside of this virtual world, and you can essentially live the life of your dreams. You can do whatever you want. It's free to sign up and exist within the world, but to get extra content and to really experience what Second Life is, you have to pay money, of course. So to come back to my story, my friend was saying that in her class, they were learning about online opportunities for teaching. And her professor had said that one of the biggest online opportunities to have a class is to use Second Life. What? Even though Second Life kind of already had its heyday, apparently many professors are starting to use Second Life as a teaching tool. Instead of message boards or chat rooms or pre-made class websites, they feel like it's more interactive, I guess. But see, now it's got me thinking thoughts. So we have the using video games to educate thing that was discussed in the last episode. Fancy, fantastic. Holding a class inside of a video game is intense. If World of Warcraft was free, and a teacher said that we all had to sign up for it and create an avatar, and we were all gonna meet up in WoW and discuss math, I'm pretty sure first I would go, this is the best class ever! And then once I realized how unproductive it was, I would go, this is the worst class ever! But at least I get to kill things. I guess I'm bringing this up because I'm curious if any of you have been in a Second Life class before. Why are professors using it? What is the allure that makes it so much better than chat rooms and message boards? Like, is it just the interactivity? Is it the more artistic thing? Do they think it's going to engage the students better? Let me know. Comment. Do your thingies. So the multiplayer option that I talked about in Portal 2 that has the cute little robots, duh, there they are, they're super precious. So apparently originally Valve had intended on having a cooperative multiplayer as well as a competitive multiplayer. The cooperative is what you see in the teaser that I showed you guys, whereas the competitive has been struck from the project altogether. So if you see something saying, oh, there's no multiplayer in Portal 2, don't panic! The co-op is still there, so you still get to play that. It's still in the final lawn. I don't know about those of you who are in America with me, but I have been keeping pretty close tabs, or trying to, on the Supreme Court battle that's going to be coming up about video games. For those of you not in the US, I still think that it would be interesting to listen to, I hope, and maybe you guys can give your opinions on this whole shenanigans. It's Schwarzenegger versus the EMA, or Entertainment Merchants Association, I think. The law that's being debated right now is whether or not the state can fine retailers for selling mature games to minors. Keep in mind, there are no laws about charging retailers for selling movies or for selling pornography. They're not supposed to, but there aren't any fines for it. All of these things fall under the First Amendment. They all fall under free speech. So unfortunately, we wind up with a huge group of people who are really upset about it, and then we have a huge group of people who are going, who cares? So kids can't get mature video games. What's the big deal? The big deal about this law passing is that if it does, the Supreme Court has essentially said that video games are no longer protected by the First Amendment. Thus, the ability to make the type of video game that you want with the content that you want is going to be severely limited, and groups of people who are strongly against your subject matter are going to be able to legally and legitimately take you down.
Hasta la vista, baby.
So, I've said all of that, mostly so that I can say, what do you guys think? Keep in mind, similar laws have already been rejected in other states, and this is just a California law, but a lot of people are seeing it as kind of a domino because California is such a huge hub for this. So now that you've had lots of heavy stuff, here's a pointless game for you. It's called Icebreaker, and you help save little Vikings so that they can get to their ship. No, yeah, that's it. You do find yourself yelling at the Vikings a lot, though. So apart from that, be fun, be fancy, and have grand times. and play that game because it sounds lame, but it's really fun. Thanks for watching. Bye!